Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you became involved with the War of the Worlds?
I knew the book. I'd loved the book from when I was a teenager, and that was an easy persuasion, let's put it that way.
Were you aware of the original album as well?
I was very aware of it. I bought it, in fact, in 1979 when I was working in Ireland, and still have it, a little cassette. War of the Worlds, Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds.
So Jeff, now might be a good time to ask you why Liam seemed like the logical fit.
I'd like to say I had a very long list of possible candidates for this role in the new generation, but the truth is I had a list of one, and it was this gentleman here to my left who, by good fortune, was interested enough to agree to meet. The hope was that he'd be attracted enough to want to take it on, which he did.
How has the recording changed? There were more sequences added to this version, weren't there?
There's quite a range of new content, which is one of the reasons for exploring this new generation show and album. There were 74 sequences on the original recording. There are 90 that Liam has done. It gives an example of the scope that was there to open it up and still be seamless to the story that we've had both in the original album and the tours to date. The central character, George Herbert, the journalist, he's live on stage because he's caught up in the same Martian invasion that the characters he's meeting along the way, and he's interacting with them. It's quite an incredible bit of technology and performance, and I think...
And it's the first time ever, is it?
As we've been told, it's never been done before in arenas, where you see a performer live on stage, full-bodied, and he's interacting as we're talking here, and it looks seamless, and it's very exciting.
Liam, there were some tough scenes filmed against the green screen. How was that process for you?
It had to be very, very precise. When we were shooting it against these green screens, I've done quite a lot of work in front of a green screen. Doing this holography stuff was very, very interesting and alien, and yet it was familiar ground to me, you know.
Watching it from an observer's point of view, the way you were blocking out the steps and then seeing the end result in the CGI of this itself is really convincing.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Some of the new additions to the show is the development of the relationship between George and Carrie, his fiancée.
Yes. It centres everything. I mean, there's this incredible canvas of margins and destruction and explosions and society gone crazy, and yet at the heart of it is a man, his love for his fiancée, her love for him, and they get separated. You're hoping they will get back together again, they'll see each other.
How do you think you'll feel when you're sitting in the 20,000 seat arena?
I'll get taken in by the extraordinary story and the wonderful music.